I mean, oh, do I need to say that? No, I mean, I kind of was. I don't do. I mean, I just said it. Everyone, okay, we're good. It's all good. No, you're. We're okay to start. We're okay to start it. And then just another reminder, and then for those on Zoom as well, we are having a Commissioner Jackson state of the conference after following this press conference. All right. Welcome to the postgame news conference for Game 10 of the Credit Union 1 West Coast Conference Women's Basketball Championship. We have Gonzaga with head coach Lisa Fortier and student athletes Lauren Whitaker and Allie Turner. We'll go ahead and start with a opening statement from Coach.
Really happy for our players. They took some of the coaching we spent this week unsure of who we were going to end up playing, but we worked on a lot of different concepts, and one of them was defending the three-point line because that was going to be a big issue with a lot of the teams that we had potential to play this week on this day. And I think that they did a really nice job of dialing it in on that. I liked what we did offensively. There are a lot of different areas where I thought our team was strong, and we just spotlighted every player who played the game, and it's always good as a coach when everybody who plays the game you think made a positive contribution. So fun to coach that kind of team, and excited for these guys.
We'll begin with questions for the student athletes, and remember, when asking a question, please state your name, affiliation, and who the question's for. We'll go ahead with Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff Ferrado with the West Coast Conference. Lauren, you've carried a heavy load this year and produced certainly really well. Today, you got an awful lot of help. I think 8 different players scored in that second quarter when you took charge of the game, and your bench was real good. Can you just talk about those contributions?
Yeah, I think from the start of the season, kind of the goal for us is to play Gonzaga basketball, and that means playing together. And so it's not just one person that contributes; it's all of us. And like I said to the girls last night, if we're going to win this thing, we've got to win it together. And so I'm just really happy that everyone got to showcase their skill and talent. And obviously, good things happen when we work together. So.
Okay, Greg Lee with the Spokesman Review. Lauren, I don't know if you realize this, but you were getting your rest to start the second quarter, and when you finally got in, the girls had gone on a 14-2 run to open the game up. What did you think of their play?
We went on a 14-2 run. Yeah, like I said just before, I think any of us can be successful and any of us can score. And so, yeah, I think there's not just one person that they have to defend. It's all of us. If it's not inside, then they've got to defend the three. And if it's not the three-pointer, we've got great post players inside who are being physical. So I think we're really a triple threat in that sense. And so, yeah, I'm just really proud of the girls and how they contributed.
Allie, I heard from somebody that you told your parents that you were ready, the team was ready to go. Talk about that.
Yeah, we were really focused on winning this game. Obviously, we lost here last year, so this was at the front of our minds, not really focused on anything else, and we were ready.
Go ahead.
Hi, ladies. Brendan Potts, World Exposure Report. Allie, this is your first time playing with Lauren in the WCC tournament. Just how did it feel to have her on the court this year?
Yeah, much better than having her on the bench last year, so that was a big plus. She said she's been here 3 times, which is kind of crazy, and this is the first year she's played, so it was super fun. I'm ready to play tomorrow, too.
And for either of you players, there were so many fans here, obviously for the men's game, but also here to support you. Just what does it mean to have that fan support here from fans coming from Spokane to support you guys?
Yeah, I mean, like I said in the post-game interview, I think we have one of the best supporters in the nation, and it's so cool to see that they all get up and travel to Vegas to support us, not only men's basketball, but women's basketball as well. And so the women's side is growing so much, and I think it deserves so much recognition. And so I'm just so grateful for them to come out and support us, support what we do, and hopefully get a championship tomorrow.
Hey guys, Kyle Sweeney with the Gonzaga Bulletin. This is a question for all 3 of you. You guys won the bench battle 33-4. Can you guys just talk about the contributions you got from the entire team?
Okay, Lauren, you can take that first.
Bench, yeah.
Yeah, I think like what we've been saying, I think we're a really skilled team and we're pretty deep. And so all of us can score in different levels. And like I said, if it's not our starters that are scoring, I think we have a lot of players off the bench that give us a spark. Taryn Gardner, I mean, she came out and shot 2 threes, lights out like that. Julia Wilson, she had some great transition buckets. Jaden Hale, I mean, 6th Woman of the Year. She's just been amazing the whole year. And so, like I said, if you can't guard us in the starting 5, we have great players coming off the bench. So,
Take a question in the back.
Yeah, this one's for Allie. Grady Glover with SWX. Oregon State is the team that sent you guys home, same building. I mean, just what is the excitement level from the team to be able to get another shot at them in this building?
Yeah, we're super excited. We've been focused on Santa Clara from the moment we got here, so I haven't even really thought about it that much. But just knowing they won and knowing we get another chance against them, we played really well one time. Didn't play so well the other time we played them this season, so just super excited to play them again.
And then, Lauren, for you, like you said, this is the 3rd time you've been here to be able to get to the championship game and have a chance to win it, and you'll be on the floor. I mean, just the emotions of that.
yeah, I mean, it's a lot different from sitting on the bench, of course. But to be out there with such an amazing group of girls I think is so special. And to create the culture that we have and to be a part of it is something really special and I'm grateful for. And, yeah, I'm just excited to compete tomorrow for a championship.
Any other questions for the student athletes? All right, student athletes, you're free to go. Thank you.
Yeah. Do you want one wet?
We'll go ahead.
Please.
Oh.
Thank you.
Yeah, take the water.
Okay.
We'll go ahead and start with questions for the head coach. We can get out front.
Hey, Lisa.
Hi.
Can you just talk about what we asked the players about, just what you got from your bench? Because early in the season, you were still trying to figure out who you were and who was going to be able to contribute. And, boy, they delivered today.
Yeah, I think the reason that it took a while is just because there's so much new. You know what I mean? Lauren, again, she's mentioned it, was the most experienced player at the start with a year and a half where she never stepped on the court. So everyone else to our program was either a young player or a new player. And so there's a lot of trying to figure things out early, and a lot of teams are doing that, and that's kind of the way of the world right now. But I think that we've been able to pass on the cultural pieces, which at Gonzaga is exactly what Lauren said. I can't really articulate it any better, and I don't have a great accent. But what she said is true in that we share the ball. We never want anyone to carry a heavier burden than anyone else. We want to, if any of them, maybe these two might feel a little bit of the weight from time to time, that we want them to not have to feel that because they can feel secure that there's someone to their right and their left defensively, or there's another player who's going to come in and substitute for them who's capable. And we're always better when we're sharing the ball and playing together as a team.
Hey, Coach, can you talk about Jaden's game today? She had 12 points, 11 boards. Can you talk about just what you saw from her today?
Yeah, I think she just kind of looked like she's looked for us all of conference season, for sure. And in the beginning, as a true freshman, it took her a minute to get her legs under her. But she's so good on the glass. People try really hard and put 2 or 3 players on her to check her out. And, she's become such a good finisher. I think that she just is really strong, and that has helped her to put herself in a position to make an impact as a freshman. Sometimes, it's a big jump with speed and size and strength. And Jaden didn't have to overcome all of those things because she was such a strong player already. And, she's trained to go to the glass every time. And it gives us such a lift as a team when you know that she's going. So maybe she's going to draw some attention. As long as you're going too, one of the two of you are likely to come up with the ball.
Lisa, I think one of the games that probably spurred your second half surge and development was the 67-37 win at home against Oregon State. I would assume that you probably expect Scott to have some adjustments for tomorrow.
I think that's an interesting assumption. I thought that we finally started guarding in that quarter. So we were 1-8, and then when we stopped, we called a timeout and got them defending. We ended up winning that quarter by 2. And so I think that it was the defense. And maybe the correlation would be that defense was good in that game. But we've shown glimpses of really good defense, connected team defense at different times. Defense, you are local, so you've heard me say before that defense travels, but you have to play some in order to travel it. And I thought that was the biggest thing that we did in that second quarter to get us focused towards, that outcome, which is what the big focus it was for our team.
And you had to be pleased with the energy and the dive on the floor and doing everything that they were doing tonight.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people, again, when I was in the locker room when we were talking about impact, it wasn't all the people who scored in double figures, even though that was great. 5 double-figure scorers. We had almost 2 rebounders that were in double figures, but we had everybody else who got rebounds, who made passes, who we track hustle plays, and there's a lot of those made in the game. So those all help with the defensive energy, in my opinion.
We'll go over in front.
Hi, Lisa, over here. You're going to be taking part in Gonzaga's final women's game in this conference. I'm sure it's going to be a little bit emotional for you and your players. I'm just curious your thoughts about this transitioning out of the WCC to the PAC, and just how big will it be trying to make sure that your players don't get too emotional about this moment for them?
Yeah, it's interesting because we just don't have anybody who has a lot of history in the conference. And so really their coach is the one who needs to stay steady because I've grown up in this conference. Some of my best coaching friends coach in this conference. Some of my favorite cities to play in are in this conference, and I'm emotional about everything. So I would just say that the gratitude that we have for our place, even the new players, like the gratitude that we have for our place in the WCC and what that's been like, as well as excitement for what's to come. But I think that, hopefully, we'll be just feeling grateful. That's a really important part of our program, and a pillar that we have is gratitude. And so grateful for what we've gotten to do here and excited for what's to come.
Question in the back.
Coach, this is your largest margin of victory in over a month. I mean, does it feel like this was one of the most, full team effort games? And if so, how important is it to be playing like that at this stage in the season?
Yeah, we all want to be playing our best, right? That's a cliche for a reason. But I just think our message to the team has been keep getting better. When you're so young, there's been talk about, all kinds of different things start to come up in this time of year, and all kinds of distractions, and people try to pull you away from the task at hand. But our focus all week, we had a great week of getting better. And we had a lot of practices where we looked around at the center circle after we were done and said, we're better right now than we were when we started this thing. And so it's a good time for that. Hopefully today got us better for what we're going to see. Totally different style, totally different situation tomorrow. But I have been beating the drum of improve every day, and we improved today.
Final question.
Coach, what's your personal approach to helping players manage their emotions in these tournament settings and not feel the pressure of what is, at least this year, like a situation where you have to win to get into the NCAA tournament?
I would say we don't spend a whole lot of time talking about it. We are aware of it. I think that they're all aware, right? They all know what's going on. I haven't looked at anything ever, but I'm smart enough to know that what we have ahead of us. I've been doing this for long enough time. But I just think that if you focus on those things, then you're likely to not give your best effort. You're going to it's just distraction. And so really, that's not we do set some of those goals, but I would say if I had to rank our goals from top to bottom, improve all the way till the end and stay focused on the task at hand is our number one goal, if I had to do that. And so while we want to be in the NCAA tournament for sure, we really want to just keep being our best. And if we play our best basketball, then we're going to be happy regardless of what the outcome is. And, focusing on that process versus the result.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, guys.
A reminder that Gonzaga's locker room will be open until 5:20. And then we have also our commissioners doing his, if you have time for that. Commissioner Stu Jackson's State of the Conference. All right. Welcome to the postgame news conference for Game 10 of the Credit Union 1 West Coast Conference Women's Basketball Championship. We have Santa Clara here with head coach Lori Payne and student athletes Ava Schmidt and Ashley Hawkins. We'll go ahead and start with a opening statement from the coach.
Yeah, obviously disappointed, to not come out with a win today, but hats off to Gonzaga. They played a heck of a game. They were pretty dominant, and they have a very special team. And I just want to say I'm so proud of our team for the season that we have put together thus far. And we're very hopeful that our season is not done because I think this group absolutely deserves to play in the postseason from just everything standpoint. They've put together a very special season, and I'm excited to see what the future looks like for that. But just proud of our team. And back-to-back games is obviously tough. We faced a really, really good Gonzaga team today, and wish them nothing but the best tomorrow.
We'll go ahead and go with questions for the student athletes. A reminder just to, just go ahead, Jeff.
I think he wants me to identify myself.
Yeah.
Jeff Ferrata with the West Coast Conference. Ashley, you guys played them pretty evenly in the first quarter, and actually in the third and fourth quarters. What happened in the second quarter? They just kind of went at you real hard and fast, and then that's where the game separated.
Yeah, over, like, when we were talking about it, we just think that it was like little communication things where we just didn't talk, and then that's when they would get a slip, or maybe they would get a post up, and that's when we need help. And so we weren't having those, like, little things, and I mean, we also just weren't hitting our shots on the other side, so that also really hurt. But I think it just came down to that defensive side of just being able to communicate and just tell each other, like, hey, switch, or switch up, or we have a shooter in the corner, or things like that.
Ava, you guys have had a terrific season, obviously. Would you like to keep playing in some sort of a postseason tournament?
Yes, sir. Yes, please. This group is just so special and amazing, and I love my teammates so much, and I think like we've earned it. I think we've showed everybody this year that we can play, we can hang, and I just can't wait to like continue that and really put on one last show for our seniors, because that's what it's about.
Yeah, Brendan Potts, World Exposure Report. Kind of a similar question to the last one. Ashley, can you kind of explain what a postseason tournament of any kind would mean to you this year?
Oh, yeah. I definitely want to, and I would love the chance to, just to play with everybody more and longer, because I just love this group of people, and I don't know, I just don't want it to be done yet, so I'd love it.
Thomas Dunn, unofficial WCC Hoops podcast. Ava, I mean, all season you guys have been fighting hard at each and every game, even without Sophie the last couple months. What's it kind of been like to contextualize the fight you guys have kind of been in, and with the chance to keep on going with the postseason?
Yeah, it's just been super great. Again, I'm just super proud of my teammates for being able to battle through all of the things that have been thrown at us. I think we've been super resilient in that aspect. And so, yeah, I just can't wait to keep playing with these guys. It's a big opportunity.
Sam Canales, Santa Clara Student Radio. Thomas kind of stole my question. I was going to say I was impressed by how hard you guys played till the end. But my question for you guys, both being transfers, is your impressions of Santa Clara in your year 1 year here, and your, I guess, first year here pending, and kind of your thoughts on the team as a whole coming in completely fresh at the start of the season.
I think it's been super great. Like, having 7 transfers and then 6 new freshmen is like just crazy. It's just insane. But I think we were able to mesh together so quickly, so early, which has led to our success, I think, and just how much we love each other. It's a testament to that. But yeah, as what you were saying, like, I'm super loyal to my teammates and my coaching staff, and like I follow them here for a reason, because I think they're some of the best in the business, and like I don't see finishing out my college career with anybody else.
Do you have another question? Sorry, go ahead. Oh.
I guess that's great to hear. I mean, I'm graduating this year, but I'll walk.
Let's go.
Any other questions for the student athletes?
Nina Glick, Santa Clara Student Newspaper. Ava, what are your hopes for in the future of this program beyond this year?
More wins. I think we really made a statement here with this being our first year. This is a winning program, and it's going to continue to be a winning program under our coaches and then from our players. So, like, just super proud of our whole team to be able to come in fresh and like make that impact. Shout out to our seniors. Like, I feel like you have really led us through this season, and yeah, we wouldn't be where we are without you. So thanks. And Sophie. Shout out Sophie. And Lauren and Alana. Love my seniors.
Any other questions for the student athletes? Student athletes, you're free to go. Thank you.
Thank you. Go see your families.
Thank you so much.
We'll go ahead and start with questions for the coach.
Yeah, Lori, the question I asked Ashley, what do you think went to pieces there in the second quarter? Because it was a game, and all of a sudden it wasn't.
Yeah. They made a lot of their shots, and we didn't, a little bit. Obviously, we were undersized. They're an incredibly good rebounding team. That's been something that has been a challenge since we lost Sophie, and just trying to make up that gap. But we knew, they were most likely going to beat us on the boards, but they opened that up in the second quarter of just getting second chance points. And I think our team was battling. They were working. They were trying as hard as they could, but I think a little fatigue set in. We've had a little bit of a shorter rotation, and just that depth piece comes into play, especially when they're playing as hard as they did. And I think that's what we saw that first quarter. They played their butts off. They were flying around defensively, and then at some point, you kind of hit that wall of that second day, and it's tough to hit a wall when you're playing against a team this good,
Okay, Coach, I got two. I'll
Mhm.
give you the tough one first. So the three shooting, I mean, has happened to you guys before this season. You've been able to win or at least score a decent amount. At Oregon State, you had 77 when shooting 4 of 21 from three. Against Pepperdine, you were 4 of 27. You had 82.
Yep.
Compared to those games, what did you think the difference was for you today, just in terms of the trouble you had scoring?
I think we took a lot of really good shots. We had some quick ones of just, shooting. We tell them shoot when you're open, and I felt like we were open. I think that sometimes that was a little bit early in the shot clock. I don't think they expected to be as open as early in the shot clock, and that makes us go up and down a little bit more, which I think puts a little stress on your legs for day two, and kids were playing a lot of minutes. So, I think we took the right shots in the games that we've had a lot of success. Some more have gone in that way, but they ran our offense. Gonzaga allowed us to get the shots that we wanted to get, and in semifinal games, you got to knock some of those down to be able to advance.
Okay, the nice one now. So
that was the hard one. All right.
yeah,
What
yeah.
else?
So 10 more wins this year than last year for you. Obviously, an opportunity at the WBIT possibly this year. Your thoughts on kind of the state of the program, pretty much through your first year, and then also having the opportunity maybe for a postseason bid, which I'm pretty excited about.
Yeah, the expectation for our program is to play in postseason, and this is a championship program that we're building. I was just talking to them in the locker room. Like, we don't have double-digit losses right now, and there's not very many teams in the country that can say that. And so as disappointed as our team is in the locker room after a loss, it's like, man, can't imagine having to do this 20 times in a year, But I think we are building something really special. I think we were able to put together a incredibly special team this year, and we're looking forward to filling those gaps from the losses that we have and making a huge run. The goal is always an NCAA tournament, and that is the standard that we want to set at Santa Clara, and I absolutely believe that we can get there and sustain that.
Hey, Coach. Some of the previous coaches in the tournament talked about fatigue, and you talked about it a little bit. Can you kind of describe the biggest area of issue that you thought fatigue kind of set in today?
Yeah, we run at a pretty high pace, and that's a little bit hard to sustain when you don't have quite the depth that you would like to have. And but at the end of the day, everyone's tired at this time of the season, and so I applaud our team for really trying to push through. We have a couple kids trying to push through some injuries and just that March fatigue. And they always say, you're successful in March if you can get a little luck and if you can stay healthy. And a lot of the teams that have a ton of success are able to do those. But I want to applaud our team for stepping up when we've had people go down and we had to figure out I keep saying this, but like life without Sophie, because Sophie was a dominant post player, and I'm super disappointed that y'all didn't get to see everything that she could do, because she's a very, very special player, and we knew that bringing her in. But when we lost her, hey, it's next player up, and we really had to figure out. We had to make a lot of changes and adjustments, and that's the beauty about coaching is sometimes you get put in a position where you get challenged the way that you haven't been challenged before. And I feel like our staff really put our heads together and tried to figure out a plan. We like to get up and down. When we lost a big-minute player, we had to figure out how to maybe still win games without playing at the pace that we would really like to play in an ideal situation. But that's you have to focus on the things that you can control, and that was out of our control. And so we knew coming in, hey, we were going to have to win 3 games in 3 days, and we were going to have to put together a string of games. And unfortunately, we just kind of hit that wall today.
Any other questions?
You all had a great first, I don't know if this is on, but great first year. Moving forward, what do you think the program needs in addition to get to where you want to be?
Yeah, that's a great question. To see the growth in a lot of our players this year from even day one, we had a lot of freshmen coming in, a lot of unknowns, and so to see some of them get thrown into the fire and really step up and continue to develop. One of the staples in our program is player development, and so we feel like, hey, we can continue getting better individually and collectively, not just in the offseason, but during the year, and I think we saw that in some of our freshmen playing big minutes, and not a lot of freshmen that are playing on 24-win teams get that opportunity. But, you know, it was a position that we put in. And so to see some of the really great things from the future players of this program, and obviously to have the Ava Schmitz and who are the foundation, we're really excited to be able to just fill those few gaps that we need in, you know, this spring and into next year. And we're very excited for the future.
Any other questions? Thank you, Coach.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.